You're now watching the Keys to the City podcast, the show that brings you all the tea with your hosts, Key and Tay.
Hey y'all.
So I'm glad I stopped because I would have been
World of trouble. So y'all know we got Tay here, we got a special guest, and this is Rich Grillz.
Rich Grillz, you leader in dental regalia, custom grills front.
Custom grills and fronts.
Yes.
Shout out your Instagram.
My Instagram, Rich Grillz. That's Rich, Grillz. We make grills, custom jewelry, pendants, photo imaging, 3D imaging. We do apparel. We do a little bit of everything. Definitely come out and check out the vibes for sure.
Where y'all at?
cute.
We located 5 minutes from Upper Marlboro Courthouse, right off Pennsylvania Avenue.
That's a good place.
That is a good
That's
place.
a good place.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. Him and his wife just opened their shop right there. 831
Law. Those my folks.
I love them.
They shop
Shout out
with
to
us.
Kevin and Dom.
So they can go like
My
to
boy
your,
Smitty.
Yeah, they can like DM you or they go to like you got a website.
My website, richgrills.com. We on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Rich Grillz. You type in Rich Grillz, we gonna come up for sure.
That's lit. Okay. So how long have you been like in business?
I've been a jeweler for the past, what we in 2020?
Mm-hmm.
I started in 2012, so that's like 8 years now.
So what made you get into doing grills? On custom jewelry, period.
On the real, it was a crazy type of cultural type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in school this whole time too. So I was getting my master's in humanities at Towson University at the time. And me and two of my brothers, we had a gold buying shop.
Mm-hmm.
Where we just buy gold, silver, cash for gold type situation. Okay. And one of the people I was selling my gold to, this dude named Farouz, he was this Russian dude, and he made jewelry, and we would talk a lot, you know what I'm saying? We would have a lot of in-depth conversations. I was reading different books. I was taking this class called the Philosophy of the Human from a Jewish perspective by this dude named Rabbi Frondel. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking to Farouz because I'm reading this book called The Kuzari by Judah Halevi. It was written in like the 7th century or something. And it was about a king who wanted to convert to another religion, from his traditional faith to another religion. So he brought in a representative from the Islam faith, a representative from Judaism, a representative from Christianity. Mm-hmm. So I'm writing this paper, so I'm just asking people. I work with Jewish people, I work with Muslim people. You know what I'm saying? I was raised in a Christian household, so like I'm just getting sources, you know what I'm saying? And I think it took them aback because like I guess my appearance don't look like somebody who would be into that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So one day we talked for like days and days and days on that. He used to bring me like little CDs from his mosque, from what he was getting taught and all of those types of things. So one day he go, bro, like don't get offended. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, you know, bro, like, it just seems stupid to me, you know, that, like, I make stuff for, like, people like you. But y'all don't make nothing that y'all wear. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to jewelry. Okay. And I'm like, I mean, you know, it's not something that's really nobody coming to you when you're in elementary school, middle school, high school saying that, you know, you can make a lot of money, you know, being a blacksmith, you know what I'm saying? When they talk about blacksmith, they don't even make the connection that people who work with metal are also, you know, your Eliantes or whatever his name is, those guys are all just working with metal, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not presented to us in that way. So he's like, do you want to learn? And I'm like, I definitely want to learn, you know what I'm saying? So he introduced me to it, but, you know, when I got into the game, I learned that it wasn't like an individual thing. It's something that you need a team, and you really need a family. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys
that you can trust.
Exactly, because those guys really use this as an opportunity to get members of their family who are in way worse situations than people you'll find in the worst hood in D.C. or Maryland or Virginia or wherever, Baltimore, wherever. They in terrible situations, and they using that to get them to
better situations.
Into the better situations, and they're using it as a pathway, like, you know what I'm saying, learn business through this. And then I see a lot of people go on to real estate, other things like that.
Yeah.
So
he taught me, but it was a cultural thing. It was a cultural exercise for me.
Yeah, you had to just learn different ways of doing things.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to communicate with different types of people, you know, because you
can't communicate the same way because everybody doesn't understand.
Exactly. And people kind of like, they underestimate that part of business. I don't care what business you in. You got to know how to communicate with people from different cultures.
Yeah.
If you're in the hair business, if your hair connect is overseas, you got to understand the most effective ways to communicate with people to get your product in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta,
Look at him.
Look at education.
Giving us.
I like that.
Because it's real. Because I know a lot of young men who come from my background who want to get in business. You know what I'm saying?
And they really don't know how. They take the wrong path because they don't really understand what it takes.
And they take too much pride in their identity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you feel like you're black, you shouldn't do certain things, or the things that you're mentally into, you feel like
yourself in a box.
Your group of friends may not be into, so you're gonna put yourself in a box of just possibly just selling weed instead of thinking outside of
doing what you really like going on.
Yeah,
that's true.
Being black not something you gotta prove every day. Being black,
you walk out the door, you black as fuck.
Straight up, look at your mama, look at your daddy, you black. So you know that off rip. So now show a different side of the culture, period. Or show what black can be.
Yeah,
black can be
black is
one
beautiful.
Of those versatile things. I hate when people stereotype blackness, you know what I'm saying? You look at Africa and you talking about the biggest continent in the world, where people look differently in different parts.
Yeah,
people
they sure
speak
do.
differently in different parts. People act differently in different parts. Like, show people that, you got access to so many different types of avenues in your personality. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because your personality is not going to be hood.
Exactly.
Or bougie or whatever. Yeah.
Really trying to have something to prove. I was just telling my
social media like that, though.
Social media
plays a role into what you feel like you should be because of the color of your skin.
Exactly.
You're this person online.
Yeah.
This person offline.
And then we make each other feel like that, too. You know what I'm saying?
It's more so an inner battle. I think it's more inner within the community versus outside of the community, because honestly sometimes outside of the community you'll get more respect than you would in your own community. You have some people that would like ride with you.
That's true.
But in the same instance, it's going to be someone of another culture to be like, what? How much you charging? Bet, here you go. Versus your own, like, I mean, you my mans. I know you since elementary school. Can you slide me a discount?
Yeah, that's big.
So, yeah.
That's real. That's my second piece of advice, though. Like, don't sell stuff to your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You can't. Like, unless you got that friend to be like, I'm paying up front.
If you're going to get popping, you're going to get popping off strangers.
Facts.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So to answer your question,
how was y'all week?
Quarantine and chill.
How y'all surviving this?
It's hard.
Did your business slow down with us being in, quarantine?
My business slowed down for like a week.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, we transitioned everything online. RichGrillz.com been doing real good.
That's good.
That's a plus, though.
So you've been staying busy while we've been.
I've been very busy because, this time also is an opportunity to focus on those things that life won't let you,
Yeah. So I probably say, but for me, I was
in the house,
able to get a little bit of sleep.
That's good. That's always good.
And actually bond with my kid. Because, as a mom, it's just like boom, 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 boom. And this time it was like, it's not such a boom behind it. It's like you could kind of like go at your own pace. See stuff that you usually wouldn't see, yeah.
Y'all not in the house. So y'all don't got each other just for a few hours.
Yeah. So I kind of liked it. It wasn't that bad, but I'm ready to get out the house because I think all my shows are going off today, probably this week. So
I'm ready to get out.
I think I'm going back to work though. I think I'm going back to work next week.
Yeah, I don't have an end date on when we transition from working at home and then go back into the office.
I was supposed to telework, but the telework is actually worse than being in a store. So I'm just like, I'd rather go back to the store because the hours are shorter, the days are shorter versus telework. And I'm just like, how am I about to telework with a 2-year-old?
I be knocking
so
it out.
So it's not going to work.
Nah, it's real.
I be knocking it out. Okay, so I got a quote of the day. Y'all know I love my little quotes. So I found this one, and I think this kind of probably can relate to me and Tehran. So it's basically, a woman is like a tea bag. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water.
Yes.
You like that?
Yes.
Look. Yes.
I like it. I like that.
I'm like, that's
put my ass in hot water and see how I'm about to come out.
Yeah, so I
see that. I like that. I like that a lot.
So spotlight, my spotlight of the day. Y'all know I love Tory Lanez. Y'all know I love Tory. So Tory just dropped his album. Have y'all listened to it?
No.
You ain't listened to it? You like Tory?
Yeah, I like him.
But you ain't like.
I don't be. I
you
be
don't
late.
be like.
I'm like.
Yeah. So don't feel bad. I'm late too.
I'm like 3 months late on everything.
Really?
Me. I'm the same
so
way.
You probably just like.
Like honestly, I knew who Roddy Ricch. Am I saying his name?
Roddy Ricch.
Yeah. So I knew who he was from the song he had with Nipsey Hussle, but it wasn't until you and Dorian were talking about it, and I was like, let me see what he hitting on. And now me and Ace be in the car getting it.
You is so late. I'm like, I done played that whole album out now. I think everybody done played it out now.
And I'm just now really getting on to it, because
like,
I'm not. Yeah, y'all know I don't get into rap. Like, I just can't.
I got like certain people that I keep up with, but I'm not like, you know.
Give me a good love song. Give me a good Anita Baker.
Roddy Ricch is probably like.
I like Roddy Ricch.
I was a little bit earlier on.
Really?
Normal. I went to LA as soon as Nipsey
passed.
Yeah, I went straight out there, and you know, I be into certain things, so I ordered some stuff from this Crip in LA.
Shit.
So you know what I'm saying, we waiting on them, and we staying in San Diego. Oceanside. I love Oceanside, Cali. We staying out there, so I'm waiting on the dude to come through, and he like, man, I'm on my way, man. I'm leaving Roddy Ricch shoot. And I'm like, Roddy Ricch? And I look at him, I'm like, who that? You know what I'm saying? We was waiting on him to bring our stuff, so like, I threw him in the disc. Like, I like Roddy a lot.
I like him though. I like him.
He's definitely lit.
Tory lit too. Though.
Tory is old. Every time Tory come out with something, I'm listening to Tory.
I like the old Tory. Like, I don't like the new Tory.
Why?
I don't know. I love old Tory.
I feel like he still got the same.
Maybe because I honestly haven't listened to him. Like, I'm not about to.
Oh, none of his new stuff. So did you listen to Chick's tape? The one that just came out.
No, I didn't. I'll listen to it when we go.
So this album that just came out, this one, because he's an independent artist now, and I think he was just trying to hurry up, put something out. But the album, I like it. I think it's lit.
Who else? Somebody else just came out with an album though. The Dream.
The Dream came out with an album. The Baby, I have not listened to it. People keep saying it's trash.
Well, so I haven't listened to it. Actually, like a friend of mine, his girlfriend just kind of like did this whole little thing on Instagram. She was like, "You gotta separate mixtapes from the regular album."
Yeah. And
I don't listen to it, but she had a point. But I don't like. I still don't get into rap. Fucking period.
The thing I like about Tory is that like when he sampled like that album that he put out recently, I don't remember the name of it.
Chick's Tape.
Chick's Tape. I like how, because a lot of people like take beats from like when I was growing up, 90s now, 90s beats.
And see, I like stuff like that.
Beats. He actually goes and gets the people though. Like,
but he did so
he had T-Pain on the jump. You know what I'm saying? That's fire to me.
So Chick's Tape 4, when he did it, he just sampled them and he didn't have nobody. So for him to do Chick's Tape 5 and then he sampled it and then brought all of them on it, I was like, okay, that's lit. That was lit for him.
Okay, I'll look into it.
People hear this stuff and they don't even know. Like, when you hear I'm Sprung, you still need to know T-Pain.
Where it came from.
You still need to know that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't 21 Savage came out with a song with my girl, Summer Walker. I like that. Oh, it was a sample too. It was a sample. It was nice though. Because you know he's into that type of stuff.
He is.
So it fit him. It was cute.
It was cute. It came up on my phone. I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to it. And I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, it was cute.
I keep hearing about 21 Savage because of the Young Chop. Y'all heard about this stuff?
I'm old. I'm 29.
Y'all remember
put me in the category of a 40-year-old.
So Young Chop was Chief Keef's producer, right, out of Chicago. But Young Chop live in Atlanta right now. And he just been going in on everybody. Like,
really?
Like on live?
On live.
Oh, on live.
Like he beat
I haven't.
He went to 21 Savage neighborhood. They shot the windows in the car.
What? That is so ghetto.
And they doing all of this while in quarantine? Or this is something
This has all been during the quarantine.
That's ghetto.
It's been the wildest thing I've ever seen.
The thing I like about us all like being quarantined in the house, I do like how the artists are, you know, all of them are online. All of them are being more active. Like
Teddy Riley and Babyface.
They supposed
they do today.
Oh, they do. Okay, see,
so that was pretty cool.
Like,
that's my shit right there. So I'm ready.
I'm like, this is lit. Or some of the people that's like personal trainers, they like
I love the personal trainer thing though.
Yeah,
I'm
all
not
the personal
sold on
trainers
doing
been
it
giving out like free
myself.
smoke and
Yeah.
they just like putting out videos. I'm like, this is lit. But I'm ready for outside open.
Everybody adapting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but where I don't want to adapt
I don't
to
wanna
like, okay,
adapt
this
too
is my
much.
new life.
I'm over
Like,
it.
all right, we need our nails done,
know,
our feet
son.
done.
I plucked my nails
My
like the
eyebrows
first
are
week.
screaming.
I was like, nah. Your eyebrows look nice. Mine's don't. Dorian, you better not zoom in. But, you
They
know.
took a long time to do. I was so weak at that. Dorian funny. All right, let's get into some topics.
All right. Topic of the day.
All right, so the first topic. Oh, and we got a man here. So the first topic. So I saw this online, and I was reading the comments on it and stuff like that. So postpartum depression.
Ooh.
So this girl asked. She put this up.
Ooh.
It was for men to comment.
Them
So
comments, that guy was
she wanted to
mean.
know what she said. She said, "I want to hear men's perspective on postpartum depression." Do you have kids?
No.
Nah, I don't
No,
have
okay.
kids.
Are you familiar with postpartum depression?
enlighten
So
me.
you wouldn't have no perspective on it. If somebody asks you, like, what's your perspective on postpartum depression?
You gotta
wouldn't
break
be
it
able
down
to?
for me first, the term for me first. And then,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got opinion on everything.
Exactly. Okay,
Let me
so
see if I can
you know what? I'm gonna
get
read. Okay, so she asked that question, and then the very first comment from this guy I think stood out.
That
All of the
comment
guys' comments was trash, but this very first guy, his was like really trash. So I'm gonna read
His
exactly
mother needs to
word
smack
from
him
word
today.
what he said. He said, "Shit made up. Bitches be trying to use that shit for everything. Shit is a myth." That was his comment. The other man's comments were kind of similar and stuff like that. So basically, postpartum depression. So for women that, are pregnant, they have kids. Some people experience it, some don't. You just sometimes can go into this, just this mental. It can be mental, it can be physical, but you just, you're just depressed. And for women to have kids, this is supposed to be like your happiest time. You got these kids and stuff like that, but it's not. Sometimes it's just, don't go that way. So you're just like in this depressed state, and you just.
Can I say what I think for real though?
Yeah.
Like, I think certain things as a man, like, we shouldn't really like.
Understand.
We should understand that we won't go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when I see men voting on legislation about like pro-life or pro-choice.
something that they-
like,
yeah.
if you can't go through it, like, how are you even official to like have an opinion on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I understand about childbirth is that it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But it's also a dangerous thing. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the closest
Like,
to death you will get.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just imagine, like, I know dudes who get a cold and they crying to their girls
Yeah.
and crying to their
Yes.
moms.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you catch
just
the flu.
imagine,
Like,
yeah.
I see how people acting over coughs right now. So, like, for somebody to actually risk their life to create another life, that's something different to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, accommodate. You feel me? Like, if you can contribute to having a child, but you don't know how to carry the child, you don't got to go through birthing the child. Like, you don't got to go through none of that part. You literally just got to donate the seed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you just get the men, just you get this.
we just get all the good parts. You know what I'm saying?
Just watch.
we get all the great parts. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's if you decide to be a solid person.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, 'cause
it's
some
a lot of
people
men who
aren't.
decided that I don't
And
even
he
want to
just,
be
like-
a solid person.
Okay, so we got
That's
some
true.
comments. So some of the comments are saying there's a science behind it, due to the hormone imbalance. So those are some comments that
So I have 2 kids. I went through postpartum depression, not with my second, but with my first. First time mom. I think you have you have
your jitters.
You have your baby, and you're so excited. But once you go home, you're a first time mom, so it's kind of just like you are stuck with this life. Like, this is something you gotta. I would basically I was just in a weird state, like. And his dad would check on me often. So it's not like you were saying, like, men. I mean, he's solid. So it's like, even with the man being solid, I feel like the dad sometimes still feel like helpless. Because even though he was coming in, constantly checking,
Yeah.
I'll wait till he leaves the room, like, okay, you okay? You need anything? Da-da-da. Yeah, I'm fine. Then he's leaving out and I'm just crying.
Sure.
But I don't know why I'm crying. I'm just
So
crying.
I actually did not go through it with that aspect. I'm more of a mental person. So mentally, it was just things I was thinking that I know probably wouldn't have even happened, but my mind was there. But I didn't cry because, you know, my child's father we were never not in the same room. Like, once we got home, like, if I was in one room, he was there with me. If I went in another room, he was there. If he went upstairs, he like, you want to go upstairs? So I was never really by myself to say that I experienced it, but mentally, because I'm a mental person, mentally, I was just like, yo. So if I walk down the steps with him, am I going to drop him?
Oh, so
like
you was
I visioned myself.
See how they
I had
so
a
different.
table.
I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah.
I like had a table, a dining room table, and I'm like holding him, but I didn't have his back because I'm like, you can lean back with a kid and still do everything. And I'm like, yo, what if he move and he hit his head? Like, what do you do?
Oh yeah, so you were.
I was like really mentally like thinking of the most deranged shit. But I couldn't help myself. I couldn't stop myself from thinking it. Yeah. I was just like.
But even physical touch, like even with me, like, you know, him stepping out, me crying and stuff like that, it even got to me just not wanting to be touched. So now I'm making excuses on us not having sex. Like, no, why? Like, why can't we have sex? I don't.
I couldn't. I'm
tired. You know, it was always
sex. It wasn't actually a thought to have sex. Like, I'm just like.
I didn't want to be touched at all.
And I'm not even sex,
even if like we sitting on the couch of watching TV and it's just like I'm scooting over. That's how bad like it was. Yeah. I just didn't want to physically be touched. I didn't want to have sex. You know, I'm walking around crying. I'm quiet. Oh, I know. I was just like, so we're having a second. So having a second one, it was just like, okay, I'm gonna make sure you don't go through, you know, postpartum. Yeah, but it was just like, I guess now since I'm in a different space, I didn't experience it. Yeah. But some women also want to harm themselves or harm the babies because that's how deep.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I think maybe because my parents, like the very first day, I don't think I was pregnant for 6 hours, y'all. Like I was not pregnant for long, and my parents like gave me the gist of pregnancy, the gist of motherhood. So I think mentally, I was in my head like, you can't do nothing but succeed. Because if anything less, like, what will be your reason why? So that's why I say it was more. So I had to mentally massage myself into like, you got this. Like, you're not gonna drop him. You can walk down the steps fine. You know you can do everything. Yeah, I had to keep mentally adjusting myself. So I would say I mentally went through postpartum, but I didn't physically go through anything because I didn't care if somebody touched me. I don't think that really.
Yeah, see, I didn't. And you know, like some people have an issue.
My child's father wasn't a touchy, so I didn't have to worry
physical body, and I always snap back both. So it wasn't me looking in the mirror like, oh, my body, da da da. I just did not like.
Now body wise, oh child, because I had a C-section, so it was like definitely different for me, and I was just like, the hell is that? I would call my mother like, is this gonna go away? Is this gonna be here forever?
I did.
She was like, yeah, it's permanent. I'm like, this shit is ugly. I'm like, but I'm glad she cut it low, so even if I wanted to wear something showing my stomach, I won't feel bad. But I'm like, that shit ugly as hell.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so let's get on double standards. I was talking to Dorian about this. Dorian, what's the thing that you found about the double standards? I think I wrote you that. What was the question?
So basically, this dude.
I'm about to find it and see if I can read it.
Yeah. So basically, this dude was dating this chick, and they was in quarantine, and so it was a quarantine. They decided to have like a little.
Oh, I found it.
A double date with her. Was it her sister? Her sister boyfriend. So when she was talking to her sister, while it was on live or something, like it was on FaceTime. So she was talking to her sister while her sister boyfriend was talking to her boyfriend, and so her sister boyfriend pretty much spilled all the secrets when she was in college, talking about she got dudes ran the train on her, and this was in college, dudes ran the train on her. And she was wild, like she had like hella bodies. Feel me? She had big bodies on her. So then her dude ended up feeling some type of way. So her dude was like, I'm not really feeling this shit because like they was about to get married.
They were engaged.
Yeah. They were engaged, yeah.
So it was finna get married, and he's finding all these things out. So he started feeling some type of way. And wasn't really feeling her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he didn't want to be in a room with her. Like, she didn't know why he was, like, giving her the cold shoulder. So she finally found out what the reason was, and she's like, could he be mad? So the question is basically, does he have Does he have a reason to be upset?
Do he have a reason to be
100%.
Why?
Because it ain't about what I find out. It's about who I found it out from. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I find it out from somebody, if you told me already and the dude is telling me, I could be like, bro, I'm gonna correct because he's spreading my girl's business out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But if I had never heard it before, now I gotta know it. I gotta know it.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
but in that
she's not going to tell me. Like, she clearly dropped the ball.
She dropped the ball, but in the same instant, she said that her fiance is fine. Like, he's a nice looking guy. So,
would you be mad that this was in her past, or would you be mad that she just left this out?
She omitted it. It's like she omitted it from the whole dating history. Like,
but what if you have done like I told Dorian?
What if it was the other way around? Would you have said? Would you have?
Listen. Bury your bodies deep. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that all the time.
See, that's a double standard.
It's not a double standard because if somebody came out to her and started telling her all of this crazy stuff I done that I did not tell her, you feel me? Like.
But why would you not tell her?
I would still feel like I'm under the pressure too. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I think he buried his demons deep, whereas though she didn't bury hers as deep. So though hers got exposed, it doesn't unexpose you for the shit that you didn't say. It's just she did not find out. So sometimes I feel like you think have men be
hot in
it. Yeah. So sometimes in certain situations you gotta take some shit on the chin because you have done shit too. It just didn't hit the surface.
But like this is what my mother taught me about dealing with a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, moms come with the C.
My mama told me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be a man, you gonna do certain things, but don't embarrass your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, don't
because that's embarrassing. That is so embarrassing.
Don't embarrass me. Yeah. Just don't put me in a situation
to have to explain why I'm still with you.
Exactly. Like, why you still with him? He done had a baby and he did X, Y, Z.
Oh, bitch.
Oh, because I love him. It ain't that much love in her.
The least she could have done was like, yeah, I had a train ran on me.
Oh, that is so. How do you sit in front of your fiance and just be like, I know we talked about our past on a date, but I left such and such out. Like, no, I don't like finding out stuff like way
down.
Yeah, like why you ain't tell
me? Tell me. Or I
Give me the option.
Don't tell me on the first date and stuff like that. But tell me, I should have been already knew.
You can wait until you think it's a 2%
But what if you never asked?
But if it's a 2% opportunity that I could find out, If it's if it's 0% that this dude never gonna know. I'm like, all right, cool. Shorty buried that body deep.
Listen,
so like, she know I can't find out.
Keep on, put this in there.
I'm like, that's your responsibility, man, women, or otherwise. It's your responsibility. If you don't want somebody to know something, make sure that the body is buried deep. And when I say body, I'm not talking about sexual body. I'm just talking about like in reference to like how to get away with murder. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like if you're trying to get away with murder, bury that body deep. But if you know that junk will surface sometimes and you dealing with somebody, say it.
We about to get. We in a direction to like getting married and stuff. Like I want to know like stuff.
Bro, you ever had somebody pull up on you and they don't have a ride home, but they don't tell you they need a ride home until they get to your house? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true.
Before you even pull up on me, bro, let me know you need a ride.
You gotta let me know, like, bro.
Because I might say I don't want company today.
Yeah.
I might say I don't want company.
I'm about to bust
like, let me know X, Y, and Z so I can determine or decide if I still want to mess with you straight up on that level or if I want to leave you alone.
So what I'm supposed to be like, so Rich, I think I should tell you this. Basically in college I got gangbang. Like
yes.
That's so weird. I got gangbang, immediate gangbang. I'd be like, yeah, shorty, I'm gonna holler at you though.
But that's the thing though. You allow that person to make that decision.
The decision is already made.
Let me know.
Because but however you tell it to me, it's gonna be no matter how bad it is. If you tell it to me, is going to sound 50 times better.
Yeah,
because it's coming from that person.
Yes.
Boyfriend, because now I'm thinking, oh, this is public knowledge. Like, this is Wikipedia.
Oh, that's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
She was still friends with the niggas.
Oh yeah, she's still friends with the people.
Yeah, so she followed all the guys.
She's
on
still
Facebook.
friends with all of the guys that was, and that's why her fiance was also mad.
Shorty.
I look, Shorty.
He was mad.
You want to see how deep I'll bury your body? Like,
what are you doing?
He was mad, and then
that's what he was mad about.
Didn't
So
he ask
that
for
plays a part too.
Then he ended up asking for a threesome too.
Really big.
Like, why are you still friends with them?
Oh, you're dumbass.
Because girls will use it. I'm not saying in general. I mean, I don't know.
Go ahead.
But I just feel like people, not girls, just girls, but girls and men will use social media as like, it's not real.
And I hate that.
I hate that.
Why
Why
is that
social media is who you are?
Why is that? No, he's just saying it like general. Like, okay, so the fiance was mad. Like, why are those still your friends on it? Like, why?
But what if she doesn't get on Facebook and she just never unfollowed them? Because some people, come on, be real. Like, we're into
I'm not
Facebook.
gonna lie, because I am on Facebook and I have had people that I talk to and I probably just never like.
Kevon has pictures of people up there that still should not be on her post. And she on that shit every day.
Wait a minute.
So,
you gotta
that's what I'm saying.
Shots fired.
I did just like that.
Wait a minute. No, that's true.
But
that
I'm
is
just saying
true.
though, like,
That's true.
you don't think, honestly, Kevon, you don't think about that.
I'm not thinking to go through.
So are you thinking about, okay, I'm still following like my ex from 6th grade, let me go unfollow him.
Ooh, that's so true. I'm not thinking about it.
You're not thinking about that, so that's not fair to say.
I think that's all
because they
cool.
might just be irrelevant.
I think that's all cool. But when you dealing with somebody, you're like, and it go both ways. You're dealing with their whole history. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna make somebody more comfortable, loving you, like to love somebody is a really big commitment. You just don't love somebody like
it is a big commitment.
You. I gotta love you, and I need you to do things to fuel the activity of love I'm gonna give you. If you unfollowing the dudes who G'd you,
you gotta put the G'd you.
If that's gonna help me love you,
if that's
gonna help me love you, if that's gonna
help me forgive you.
Because don't nobody want to love somebody with stuff in the back of their mind like.
I don't like when stuff is a big deal. So, like if we're in a relationship and if that person feel comfortable, if we're in a relationship and I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable with this person being your friend or da-da-da. And if you love that person enough, you should be able to be like, okay, cool. It's done with. I hate when people make it such a big old, it's a big old circle. It should be like a, okay,
cool.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Yeah, am I a bigger deal than them or not? Let me know.
Is them being, if you don't be on Facebook like that, you don't care. Okay, cool.
Unfollow them. I forgot my passcode and go unfollow them. Okay, I got a point. I have another question. So this question, so it's a question that's always over social media, and the question kind of goes like, who cheats better?
Honestly, I'm not gonna Steve Harvey my male counterparts, because we let y'all think y'all cheat better, but men cheat better than y'all.
Man, y'all be slipping, sliding, and
man. I'm just Steve Harvey.
You don't got a Steve Harvey.
I'm gonna Steve Harvey the men come.
Give me the surface.
If your man cheats, if your man cheats, he cheats. Like it ain't just like, oh, I fell in love with this one girl that you found about. If he cheats. He's a cheater. Like, period.
Cheating,
like, he's a cheater. If you catch one, don't think, oh, he's just one.
He done already cheated. He done already cheated with like 4 other probably different people.
He buried like 8 bodies. One of them he just didn't put enough depth on. You know what I'm saying? But what I don't think women cheat as much as men though.
I would say
so. I think that it's for women. It's easier for them to get away with it because. First of all, the dude who cheated on them, most times a woman gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She gonna tell him like, yeah, you know, I got a man. But what is a man gonna say? What a man say when a dude approach you and you say you got a man, And what
they
he
don't
said,
give no fuck. They don't care.
And men are so much more comfortable playing. You got a boyfriend, all right. Men are so much more comfortable playing their position as a side man.
Females be playing their position
until
their feelings get involved.
Their feelings get involved.
And not even until you disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's really hard to respect a side woman. You can respect your girl every day because you have an investment in her. Like, I have to respect this woman. But like, if it's a side woman or something like that, it might be that 30 minutes out of the 24 hours out of the 7-day week where you just like, yo, fuck you. Like, you're not my girl.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that 30 minutes can lead to, that's why I tell my brothers, like, look, if you love her, just leave it. You have to really practice abstinence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be beyond, like, just, I got a girl. You got to be like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I feel
like also some men, like you said, you know, if that's what they are practicing, you know, they with this one woman. I feel like some men, if you put them in weird positions or they're putting themselves in weird positions, you're gonna end up cheating. Yes. Why you shouldn't be over here with this girl? Now this girl done tempted you. Yeah. And now you done cheated.
You went out and
you wasn't supposed to be where you was at. So now you got tempted and you're cheating.
And then another thing, to give credit to my homies. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Don't get credit to them.
No, straight up, because I think a lot of times women underestimate how persuasive they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, not on the side when I'm talking about your main girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what you mean?
A lot of men don't really be. They might even consciously think that they ready for a relationship, but subconsciously they not. They not. What? They haven't reached the level. I have to agree
with you.
But they think you so dope. They think you so dope.
They have faith.
Come here.
Yeah.
Like, we go together.
We go together, and I don't want nobody else to help you.
I don't want nobody else to help you, but like at the same time, I ain't reached the level.
I'm angry.
I have to agree, and I've had this conversation like with my mom like multiple times that you were ready to do something that he wasn't ready to, but he was afraid to tell you that he wasn't ready. So he went with the flow because he liked you. So then when it came maybe part responsibilities or whatever the case may be, it's like he kind of like went back into baby mode, like, I wasn't ready.
Straight up.
No, that's true.
It's real. Like the same way these people say you can't control who you love. You can't control when you love them. You can love them at a time where everything else in your life is like, bro, love is political as much as it is emotional.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's real, bro. Like, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm at a place in my life now where it's like, you know, being with different women and stuff like that just don't really appeal to me like it did 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We're like, now emotionally, like, I'm ready to be in my situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, if this was 5 years earlier, you're still an amazing woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just wasn't ready.
I still want to go to Miami.
Yeah.
I still want to go to Vegas. I still want to do.
You want to do fun things without the responsibility behind it.
I want to do fun things without consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying?
There you have it.
Cause like,
that's why I can't figure out why some people that are in relationships and are cheating and stuff like that, like, it's okay to be single and it's okay to maybe date until you find. Yeah, you could sing like you don't owe this person an explanation. You don't da-da-da. But you also, I feel like, gotta get so content with yourself before you start adding people in.
So it's
your space.
It's a thing about, you know, you single till you marry, right? Then how do you commit yourself to somebody in order to get married?
I don't believe in that though. You're not single until you marry. You single until you make the decision that you don't
be in a committed relationship.
That you don't want to be single no more. And once you decide you don't want to be single no more, like, you gotta change how you don't change how you moving because of a girl. You change how you moving because of the type of girl you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know I want a woman who wants certain things from a man, so I'm going to become that man.
So that I can give her
so that I can attract that woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, if you still thinking of it like, man, like, I'm single until I'm married, like,
that's the wrong mindset to have.
You gotta have a proactive mindset. You gotta prepare for things. You gotta
have a comment that said women cheat better.
Who? Oh, a woman said that or a man?
A woman said women cheat better.
And I think she's probably saying that because of we think so much. We're thinking
we calculate our moves.
It's calculated versus men. They're just like so sloppy.
Yeah, y'all. I gotta give it to y'all. Y'all like really sloppy.
Sloppy as fuck, and women is more so just calculated. Like,
because I think y'all think that we not. I'm not gonna even say I don't think y'all think we're gonna find out. I just think y'all think like I don't know. Y'all just be tripping.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Let me know.
I rob a bank 10 times. Out of that 10 times, I get away with it 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
Am I successful? That's 80%.
Yeah.
Right. Mother sucker.
Right. That's 80%, right?
Yeah.
So if a nigga cheats 20 times and gets caught 1 time,
he's disgusting. But go ahead.
Is he a good cheater or not?
He's a good cheater.
He's obviously a good cheater. Awesome.
So
you done cheated 20 times, and I found out once.
I think a lot of times, I think that we get that bad rap because it's like we get caught 1 time and y'all like, oh, y'all sloppy.
It be messy.
How about them other times?
Look, how about them other times
like,
she didn't
caught that
out.
1 time, but I mean,
like stop, be by yourself.
I think my only beef with females is that when y'all do decide to cheat, y'all give a lot of yourselves to the person that y'all cheat with.
I agree.
Versus men, y'all are just cheating just to get y'all.
I agree.
I done heard some
because
things.
women are emotional.
What you done heard?
Like, I don't know. I don't ever pretend like I know women. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, I be seeing things like when girls cheat, like they really be like
balls deep.
They be
yeah,
really they be really liking them.
Y'all be like a man.
A man cheats surfacely.
A man
and
could
a woman
really
cheats below the surface. So a woman cheats emotionally, whereas though you all cheat surfacely, you just want to fuck. Versus us, we're looking to fuck. You know, in that moment, we possibly be looking to fuck, but we're also looking for what you're not doing. And when we find it, we attract to what that person wasn't doing. So it brings you closer to, I guess I would say, your side, because it's just like, well, my nigga's not doing it. So that's why I would say we cheat emotionally, where you guys just looking for a night out.
Yeah.
So,
I don't even. And it's sometimes we just looking for the affection of a woman. You know what I'm saying? And like
you're looking
we
for
not because sometimes it's what your girl is not doing too.
That's I think it's with both parties.
I think
the girls probably not doing this now. The men looking for this or the.
That's why I think women are worse cheaters. Because if a man isn't feeling something, like with his girl, whatever, it could be the deepest, most fruitian thing you could think of. They will have sex with another girl, and that will satisfy whatever that void is temporarily.
Temporarily, though.
Temporarily, all cheating is temporary.
Yeah.
All cheating can never be. Cheating is a band-aid. You know what I'm saying? That thing will not sew up that wound. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta write that down. Write that down. Cheating is like a band-aid.
It is
like
though.
You know
what I'm saying?
For the next time.
I think that's what I think the biggest problem be communication, son. Like people.
It is
really
definitely communication.
Communicate, because man, we don't be knowing how deep.
And communication be fixed after it's been broken.
Woo!
I think if communication is broken, it was never right. You know what I'm saying?
But can you make it right?
You can make it right, but it's a practice.
I feel like it won't.
You gotta practice, and it's gotta be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It's gotta be uncomfortable.
It will be uncomfortable.
People don't be willing to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? If you want to communicate, like, and people gotta be honest. Like,
the
things that I'm gonna say is how I feel, and it might hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying?
But
the things
they need to be said.
It's gonna hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I gotta be big enough. I gotta be man enough. You gotta be woman enough. You gotta be big enough to say that,
to take what's about to be said.
To take what's about to be, because this person isn't acting out
for no reason.
Because of something that they just doing. You know what I'm saying? They think you doing something.
Yeah.
But they don't think you can handle them. They think you'll handle better you finding out them cheating than them telling you about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Or I don't like the miscommunication. Like you said, like, you know, one party doing this, doing that. It's just like, I feel like two people don't sit down and say, hey, I feel like I'm missing out on this. So I feel like you're not doing this. You're not, you know, everybody's not.
But that's always a woman's doing, whereas though men don't do it.
I think the men have an issue communicating with women because things are very layered. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everything that we talk about with women kind of get back into like postpartum depression. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like we don't even understand a lot of the problems we have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With women. So like y'all really gotta, and we're not slow, but like you're a whole nother species than us. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all understand things differently at a different time.
Exactly. And women got the ability to understand men more than men have the ability to understand women. Why? Because a woman can have a boy.
Yes.
A woman can birth a boy and see a boy from before its infancy.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
To know their potential.
To know their potential. You know what I'm saying? To know their habits.
Because as women, we know what we speaking to our children.
Exactly. As a man, like when it comes to a woman, sometimes it's completely space. Like, just why are you feeling a certain way? Like, why are you depressed? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you this? Like, what's going on? Like, and then like you said, we helpless to a lot of the things that y'all go through. And for us, the things that we going through, sometimes we're
helpless to it too, because sometimes we cannot. Yes, we carry men, but that at a certain point, that man gained a mind of their own that we no longer will understand. So Corey will grow up one day. So you feel like you understand Corey now. You understand what he wants, as well as I feel like I understand my son, what he needs and everything. But at some point, Corey and Ace are going to gain minds of their own.
Straight up.
So it's going to be times where Kevon and I may sit back and be like, where the hell you learn that at? Or who told you that?
That's
or
real.
you can't really blame the dad, though. It's just human nature. You know, you just happen. They just grew up.
Yeah.
That's
so
real. But
in
one
this
thing
day
about
and time, we got social media teaching our children things that we may not be ready to teach them. We have TV shows, cartoons. Like cartoons are not what cartoons used to be. Like Sesame Street. Sesame Street is inputting a gay character. I might not be ready to introduce my kids to that, but because this is a society that we live in, I don't have a choice.
Like this is
what it is. And so it makes social media and internet period makes it 10 times harder raising a child. Because it's not like you can be like, oh, you can't get on this iPad. Because now this iPad holds knowledge and apps and things you need. Like in this situation now that we're in, guess what? They have to virtually learn. So I might not be ready to introduce you to a computer, but I don't have no other choice because this is the only way now you can learn.
That's real.
So that's tough.
It's a 360, but for me, like,
sorry, y'all.
I still think my mother know me better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like till this day. You know
I feel like mothers know you better.
You know what I'm saying? Like my father knows what it's like to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So I could go to him for that. But it's certain things that's just bigger than manhood. You know what I'm saying? Especially
I feel like some moms know and some moms band-aid what they know.
You say what?
I feel like moms do know, but sometimes moms band-aid what they know.
I think sometimes the bigger problem comes from children hiding shit from their moms, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get comfortable. You gotta get comfortable being transparent with your moms. Your moms
Your mother gonna be the one to say your ass.
Your mother gonna know. Your mother gonna know. Like, if I got a problem being a man, I'll go to my father. You know what I'm saying? But if I got a problem, like, with a relationship with a woman,
you always gonna call your mom.
I don't, though. You know what I'm saying? But, like, that should be...
Oh, why don't you?
I mean, I don't have...
You don't want her in your business?
I don't have a lot of problems, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I be really trying... chill, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
but you don't think in your head, so like, let me call my mom and ask her some advice.
Because you're not in a relationship, you probably feel like you don't have to call her because it's like right now you're just in the space of doing
dating.
Nah, because I'm dating. I'm in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like it's like my mother put the stuff in me already. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't need to call her because she already instilled it in you.
I've been the same.
That's good.
What I talk about, I live. I don't talk about nothing that I don't.
You haven't
lived
Yeah.
already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
Like my mother already instilled certain virtues with me. So like when I'm dealing with my shorty or whatever, like I'm like, son, like
remember what your mom told you.
Remember what your mom told you, and remember that like this girl has a whole other set of things going on with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? A woman has every week and every month, a woman has a change going on in her body. You know what I'm saying? Where the body is literally getting rid of all of the things
toxins
that hasn't been used. Like,
so leave us alone.
So like, you know what I'm saying?
We
like,
messing today.
But adjust.
I'll be sitting there, probably watching a show or movie. and I'm probably like crying. Not
Really?
crying physically, but Tiz will probably start, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
I be mad at myself. I was just watching the show the other day, and I was crying. And what is you crying for? I was like, is this?
And it don't even be sad. Like I was watching.
But my show was really
Walker.
sad.
It was just like Tammy and Walker. Come on, that's not even sad.
Oh,
She was just talking. She was just like talk. So she was just so into like what she was talking about. And Tiz was coming. I was like, what are you doing?
Tiz.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
Straight up.
I hate that.
I don't like.
But
that.
I like you say, I don't think men don't be knowing. Like, all right, that's the time to like leave us. Leave us.
I'm a man. I don't be knowing. When you start crying off of Tammy and Walker, I won't be knowing.
I'm not crying with you, basically. So I don't know why you're crying.
I'm not crying with you, but I had to respect the fact that, like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not crying with you.
Maybe she just having her little time of the month.
I'm not crying with you, but like, I can't judge you crying by how I lead my life. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I just think it's a big thing. Like, I think I believe in gender roles and stuff like that, but I feel like we don't take it far enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
We don't get into like men don't know about the chemistry of a woman. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't know the chemistry of being a man.
You feel me? We think of a woman. We think of like even when it comes to like I don't want to get like when it comes to a period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men look at a period as 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You got the PMS,
that is so funny.
And then you got the period. But then you have the week after where, you know what I'm saying, that's the most likely time, what is it, 14 to 21, the most likely time to have a baby. Or the time you ovulate, or the time you might just be super horny for no reason. Like, it's so much. It's a month-long thing. You know what I'm saying? And you need to...
like you got a break, and then you back into a whole...
Straight up.
The whole another month.
I tell my youngins, you wanna build a happier relationship, get more familiar with your girl's schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get more familiar. Have a calendar of that jump.
Remember that date like
download the app. You know what I'm saying?
Download the app with her so he
download the app so you can know.
I'll be like, boo, download my little flow chart.
Straight up. Ladies, tell your man to download that flow chart. Like,
just keep in mind, like the second or third, I wouldn't even say the calendar because some guys not just remember by the second week, it's going to start again. And it's gonna end.
But yeah, that's if you're a girl like regular or something. Like me, for instance, I'm irregular, so I would be like, "Boo, download my flow so you know." Just so you know, because sometimes me, for instance, I'm a moody type of person, so I would love for my man to just be like, not taking it personal, like not like, "Oh, you got an attitude, or you acting this way." Just know, like maybe I'm
feeling it.
Yeah, I'm just having a day. Like I'm moody. I'm just having a day. Maybe
I think it needs to be understood more than it's talked about because women take on way more than a man can, especially if they're a mother.
Straight up, y'all literally the teabag, son. Like
my quote of the day.
Because men
life
don't handle pressure well.
Yeah,
men don't handle pressure well. You go onto a basketball team. Okay, what basketball team you go on? It's 1 or 2 Jordans max. Like, it's 1 or 2 people on that basketball team who you'll trust with the last shot. The rest of them is going to fold under that pressure. Like, I see it all the time. Like, a woman is biologically the strongest species on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
If more men understood that, it would be way more healthier relationship and friendship.
Definitely.
I can't go through what y'all go through. I'm not even trying
Look, I'm not even trying.
Like, I'm not even trying to do it. So I'm going to respect that. But at the same time, like, women got to understand that, all right, our lack of familiarity with how things really work isn't our ignorance, or it isn't us lacking any. We just don't know.
Y'all don't know.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, we are basing our entire lives on ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? If we don't know, we don't know. So, like, we need a better communication with men and women, just period, from the beginning in elementary school. Like, to teach women about the woman's body shouldn't be a thing just recall for women. You know what I'm saying? It should be,
I agree with
men and women should be in them educational spaces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we all need to know, because it has implications as you get older. And I think it's really the basis of why everything is fucked up, because men don't understand women, and women don't understand the position that men are in, because we don't know. Like, we literally don't know, son. Like when you get into postpartum, we might say some wild shit because ignorant people say the wildest things. Like if somebody just never been in the hood, they might say some wild things about the hood. You be like, yo, son, who are you talking about? You talking about my aunt? You talking about my uncle? You talking about
he's just dumb ass
status that the girl had made, like the men on it, you know.
They were very, very,
of course,
very
women
ignorant.
of us looking at it, and these were black men that was saying it. So of course, you know, you reading all the comments, and it was out of all the comments, only 2 it sounded like understood. And
one guy was like, my mother never been through it before.
That's what he said, his mother.
And we was like, I wouldn't tell my kid if I was going through that.
No,
that's not my kid's place. Like,
it was just like real trash.
I'm so miserable. I'm so depressed.
Yeah. Like how would you know? Their comments was just like trash. But basically, like you said, they probably just, I mean, they were ignorant, and maybe they just don't know. A lot of them just was basically like trash.
That.
Like,
I think that
it's a lie. It's a myth. It's a lie. We doing stuff for attention. It was stuff like that. That it was just like, that's crazy.
I think that a lot of times men say ignorant shit because they know, and sometimes some of the shit that men do say sometimes makes sense. It's like if delivery. You know
the delivery be off.
I would
rather you speak about something that you don't know, but
my delivery is always
make
wrong.
it. I mean, don't
my
be
shit
ignorant.
Be meaning like my shit. It be on point, but my delivery just be like, I'm gonna ignore you because your delivery was wrong.
I've worked on my delivery, so I don't even like to speak. Period on. If I feel like my delivery gonna be off, or if I feel like I'm about to elevate to level 10 or whatever, you know, I just don't be, you know, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's fair.
Basically,
communicate, but when you communicate from what people don't know, like if you communicate with somebody, like I learned this as a teacher, you know what I'm saying? I used to be a professor at Bowie State, you know what I'm saying? So like some students, I would have to approach in a certain way, cause you know, like I can tell that you know that this, that you know and you can handle this information. But other students, it's like, I know you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, okay.
I know you don't know. So like, I'm a present this information to you so that you don't react to it, you receive it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like a lot of people just reacting to the information we getting from our partners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our partners or our childhood.
Yes.
I think childhood for a lot of men play a lot of roles in relationships going good and relationships going bad, because we all, Kevon, you were brought up different, Rich, you were brought up different, and I was brought up different. So when you're in a relationship, you bring, without knowing, you're bringing your childhood into your relationship because you're used to doing certain things a certain way. Your mother taught you how to do something. Your mother, my mother. So when we come together, it was like, well, my mother didn't do that. Well, my mother didn't do it either. So that begins the process of like knocking heads versus saying, nah, Kim didn't do it that way. Sharon didn't do it that way. So how are we about to do it? Like, how do we want things to run? Because Kim could have had a relationship and married and did something one way.
Completely different.
Yeah. You can't say, well, because Sharon and Anthony did something this way, this is how I'm about to do it. Because Sharon and Anthony did it that way. You got to take you got to take the good and make the good work for you.
That's true.
And take the trash that you didn't like and throw it out. So apply the good to your relationship, because obviously there's some good in it to
apply it. Yeah. And I feel like people be applying.
And take the bad behaviors that you didn't like. And it might be good for our parents, or were good for our parents, but it may not be good for us now.
Straight up.
No.
Yeah. So
and
you
talk to your parents. And talk to your parents, because a lot of us have narratives of our parents, and we don't know fully what they was going through.
Yes.
While they were raising you. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know the trial and the tribulations that they went through to either still be married or just to the place where it didn't work, so we're just going to co-parent. Like, you don't know what it took for us to either be here, be there, or trying to get there.
Straight up. Like, the dude commented, my mother didn't go through that. Boy, you might not know how strong your mother was, boy. Like, go talk to her.
Go talk to her.
Go talk to her. Like,
before he probably just commented, like, did you even ask your mother?
Before you 140 character that thing, he did not call his mother like, yo, mom, I'm trying to write a tweet real quick. I'm trying to write a tweet. Did you experience any anxiety after my birth? Like, I got 100. Can you tell me in under 140 characters, please?
Like, I'm like that with my mother. Before I say something, I'm like, Mom, did you or Daddy go through, or have you ever been through, before I said her name, like with my mother and father on social media, bragging about my mother and father, and it wasn't a case? Because I think I put something out there one day. She was like, your father don't do that shit.
Straight up. He might have did it. He might have did it 3 or 4 times in your 18 years, and you remember them jumps.
Like, I mean,
the whole time he.
Yeah, she was like, I guess, but don't be putting that shit out there, because I wouldn't be doing da-da-da-da. I was like, girl, bye.
Straight up.
But I see where she's coming from.
Yeah, I get it.
People remember memories. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But memories don't tell the whole history.
And memories, sometimes children happen to remember the bad. And they go into relationships with the bad that they know. And they deliver the bad behaviors to you, not knowing, like, that shit ain't normal. Like, what you learned or what you saw.
Or like for men that be seeing their dads like putting their hands on the mom or females that now this is what they're doing and stuff like that.
Like putting your hand on a woman, period, is no. I understand that's what you saw.
But why would you be wanting?
Why do you want? Yeah. Why would you want to inflict pain on the woman that you either love or you want to potentially love? That doesn't make any sense. Just as well as if you seen your father cheat, why, and you saw your mother cry,
why would you?
Yeah, why would you want to do it? But that's what they remember. So it's almost like you have to unteach the behavior, but the man has to be willing to be unteached and retaught.
Sister Tay. That's so true. All right, I'm gonna let Tay close it out with some advice for today. Rich, we had fun with Rich, chatting with Rich. Can you shout your Instagram out again for them?
Again, my name is Rich. I own a company called Rich Grillz on Instagram.
Did you just give me that?
RICHGRILLZ. Website richgrills.com. Check us out. We a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they a vibe. Go ahead, Tay, and close it out with some advice.
Kiwan just threw me a monkey wrench, so I'm not prepared to close today out. However, what I would tell everyone is to, remain safe during this pandemic that we're going through. Definitely take time out for yourself during this pandemic to unteach or teach new behaviors to yourself as a man and a woman. Spend time with your family, teach your kids new things that you feel like they haven't been taught. Most of all, I'm gonna say love yourself. Like,
yes, true love.
Love yourself, self-love, self-care. And y'all have a blessed week. Hopefully, when we see you guys again, the world might be a little open.
Doubt it, but bye, y'all.
Bye.
Deuces.